the original NHL hockey from Electronic Arts, known as EA Sports today. Electronic Arts came up with EASN, which stood for Electronic Arts Sports Network. They tried patterning it after ESPN, and they did a heck of a job to a point where ESPN came back to them and they were going to sue them. And they actually did, because the logo of the EASN looks kind of similar to ESPN's. So they settled out of court, and they worked out a deal where Electronic Arts would change it to EA Sports, and in turn, they would feature, ESPN would feature the commercials for this game at no charge. And this is it. This is the original that came out in the United States, and it was one called Electronic Arts International Hockey. It was basically this game with national teams mimicking these teams. Canada, I believe, was Pittsburgh, and but it was completely amped up, jacked up. The speed was incredibly fast. It was really unique. It came in a combo with Madden. I have it here. I'll show it to you in another video. This is the original, and let's start again here. We won't play the Penguins because they were the best in this. We'll stick with the Rangers Islanders. Tilt at the Garden. Rangers, as you can see, big advantage over the Islanders. Well, here we go. This was not NHLPA licensed, so you don't have players' names, you just have numbers. There's Leach. And the following year was NHLPA 93, which got the player licenses, but did not get the NHL licenses. Electronic Arts didn't have that much money at the time. So they, so the city name, the team logos were not used, and the city names were used. Islanders pathetically called Long Island. But anyway, this game did not feature player names, but you get the drift. 11 on the Rangers was not Messier, it was Kissio. And so we got a penalty here. This game was way ahead of its time in terms of hockey games. Only thing you had to choose from at the time was on the Nintendo. You had Nintendo Ice Hockey, which was fun, but it was nothing like real hockey. It was very arcadey and very cutesy, Mario-like, Nintendo-like. Another penalty, this time on Kissio. Then you also had the classic Blades of Steel, which was a work of art for any hockey fan player, video game player. Loved it. And then I saw an ad for this game in a game magazine, and it was a game changer, no question. And back then there was no web. You couldn't order the game online, but you could order it through an 800 number, 1-800-245-4525. The reason I know that number so well is because I used to call it pretty much every week in hopes that I would get a different release date for this game. And so this game was just, I still love playing this one, even though NHL 94 has one-timers and a couple of different goalie animations and is really a better game. But this was the first, and this was just too much fun. This NHLPA 93 and NHL 94 were awesome. And then they changed things in NHL 95. The look and feel was not the same. It wasn't cartoony looking. It was a little cleaner, but not really better. And then 96 was even worse. And then we got into the age of 97, 98, where they started going with polygonal players, and so they tried to make them look real, and they wound up looking very boxy. And anyway, then they progressed. The PC version was pretty good. NHL 2000, actually, if you had a camera, which not everything had a camera at the time, but in terms of laptops and PCs, but if you did have a camera, you can import your face to the game, which was pretty hysterical, especially when you got into a fight on ice. But anyway, this game came out in, I believe it was August or September of '91, and so it was based off of the '90-91 season statistics. This game was ridiculously good, a lot of fun to play, and just like lots of EA games back in the day, including soccer, they were easy to just pick up and play. You didn't have to be a hockey fan to play them. I used to play soccer, and I'm the furthest soccer fan than. I mean, I could care less about soccer really, but the soccer games were fun. The basketball games, same thing, was so much fun. Just easy to play, easy to pick up. I'll hit the post, and just a lot of fun to play. And these are very easy. You just pick up and play. They got a little more advanced. They came up with the he shoots and scores. That's a beaut. That'll count. Back in the day, they had a four-way splitter, basically, where you can plug in 4 controllers and play. We used to play tournaments for hours, just hours. 2-on-2. If you even play 4-on-4, everyone would have a different player star, so you can differentiate who it is. Here's a breakaway. Here it is. Right there, Chris King, he shoots and scores. That's 2-0 Rangers. But this game was tons of fun to play. I never played it really on the Super Nintendo. There were a few differences. The ice was brighter and bluer, but I didn't own a Super Nintendo. I went from Nintendo NES to a Genesis, and that's where I stayed. And another goal by King, and he is on fire. 3-0. Late second. This game in Madden really started. I mean, till this day, you play up and down. Most people play up and down in terms of visually. Nobody really plays broadcast that much. It's very difficult to play side to side and get shots off, and get shots off where you want to shoot and aim. But the team of there were like 3 guys that made this game in a cabin, basically. Scott Orr, just incredible, and it was just incredible. They didn't have much time to make this game, and they made an amazing game. Logos and perfect colors and animation, and just a lot of fun. There's fighting in this game. There's no blood. That came in NHLPA '93. And then disappeared in NHL '94, which some say is the only thing missing from NHL '94, which I kind of agree. But it's all good. We got 3 gems, and the beauty of technology is I'm not even playing this on a Genesis. I'm playing this on OpenEMU, which is for the Mac, and it's beautiful. It's easy to use. You load up the game ROMs, and off you go. So I'm using a video capturing and streaming program, software, should I say, OBS, which is pretty easy to use, and so that's how I'm broadcasting here. These games, these original games. I mean, NHL '94. They still, it's still Ogrodnik, 4-0 Rangers. They still, I mean, even to this day, NHL by EA, they have NHL '94 controller configuration. If you still want to play in the old Genesis configuration, that's how loved this game was. And they had a series of cool videos a couple of years ago where they would take real NHL footage, and then they, on a goal, they would have the goal celebrations and the player stars and numbers and stuff. I mean, this game is, in my opinion, right up there with classics, any classics on the Genesis or games back in that era, even against PC games like Doom. I mean, this is a classic. This game. you know, they don't, you know, they you it says something when they go back to games that are over 20 years old, and you know, it tells you that they got them right. Post by Kissio. That would have been his second. That's out of play. Oh, we got 47 seconds to go. Rangers going to beat the Islanders here at the Garden. Open for a shutout for the Beezer here. And it should come. Anyway, I'll do some more of these videos. All these different games back in the Genesis was a lot of fun. Especially the sports games. Madden was just as great. And just amazing. Just amazing to be able to make a game like this. They put in so much so quickly. With a lot of talented people. I mean, even like, you know, even when you go to intermission and they show, you know, out of town scores and stuff, it's just amazing. So anyway, hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time.